Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in this tutorial we'll see how to write a Python program to print this number pattern. Shape of this pattern is square and the number we want to print in this pattern is, first we want to print 1, next 2, 3, 4, 5. In the next row 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we want to print continuous number. For that we can take a variable and assign that variable with value 1, just like this. Then you can print that variable, value of that variable. Next you need to increment the variable by 1 to print the next number. Here you can see 2 is nothing but 1 plus 1, 3 is nothing but 2 plus 1, 4 is nothing but 3 plus 1. So we need to add 1 to the previous number. So we can write like this. Okay, so this is about the shape of the pattern and number we want to print in this pattern. Next, let's write the program. So here in the Python ideally, first step in the pattern program is we need to ask the user to enter the input. So let's take a variable and let's use input function. You can ask the user to enter the number of row or number of column. Because shape of the pattern is square, number of row is equal to number of column. Alright, here I'm using Python 3, so we need to convert the input to integer because number of row is an integer number. Here in Python 3 input function will take input as string value. Here we want integer input, that's why we are using int function here. Okay, so now we are done with the first step. Next step is we need to take nested for loops. First for loop is for row. So here I'll take variable name as row. And in the range function, I need to mention how many row we want in our output. We want num rows. We took the input from the user. Next, we need to take the for loop for column. Here also, column is the variable name. And in the range function, I need to mention how many columns we want in our output. Num columns. Because we are printing the square pattern, that's why number of row is equal to number of column. Here we want to print the number. For that we are using print function, and here first we need to mention the number. So the number is, as I said, initially I need to take a variable and assign value 1 to it because the first number we want to print is 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first number is 1. So I'll assign this variable with value 1. Then here print that. And here you can take end is equal to space because in the print function default value of end is /n. After printing the value, it will go to the next line. But here we want to print the numbers in the same line like this, right? That's why here we are using end parameter and we'll assign the space as the value. Next, what about the next value? Next number, that is 2. What is 2? 1 plus 1. The previous value plus 1. So for that we need to increment the value. So we are using this statement. Add 1 to the previous value and store that in this variable. Okay. So after printing 1, it will come here 1 plus 1, 2. It will store that. Again, it will print 2. Next 2 plus 1, 3. It will print 3 like that. Okay, it will work like that. Next is inside the first for loop, outside the second for loop, we need to take print function. It is because we want to print every row in different line. After completing a row, we want to go to the next line like this. So for that we need this print function. Otherwise, end value will be space. It will print the number in the single line like this. We don't want this. That's why here outside the second for loop, inside the first for loop, we need to use this print function. Here end value is /n, that is the default value. Okay, so now we are done with our program. So let's save this and run this. So let's take 5 and here we can see the output. We are getting the same number, but because some numbers has 2 digits and some number has 1 digit, we are not getting the shape, square shape. For that, you can use format function here, just like this, format, and here you need to mention the value and as well as space. I'll take 3 space, close this, okay, like this. And if I execute this now, 5, and here you can see the square shape and the numbers. Let me take another example like 8, and here you can see the numbers. Okay, so this is about this pattern. Here in the pattern programs, we'll print the number or stars like this. We'll start from this. This is the row 0, column 0. We'll print the star or number first here, next here, next here, next here, next here. After completing a row, we'll go to the next line and we'll print the numbers or star here, 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 here. That's why while printing the numbers in the column, we'll use end is equal to space. And inside the first for loop, outside the second for loop, we'll use end is equal to slash n for this. Okay. And here in this program, I took value equal to 1 here because if you take inside this for loop or this for loop, it won't work. These for loops are executed multiple times. So if you write value equal to 1 here inside the first for loop, it will reassign the value for every row. We don't want that. Here also, after printing the value, we want to increment the value by 1 to print the next value. That's why we are taking this statement here. Okay, so this is about this program. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will meet you in next class. Till then, take care.